In this section, we will look at Excel worksheet and workbook protection settings. Excel files can often contain sensitive data and complex formulas, especially when there are multiple linked sheets. Excel has some useful protection features that are found in the Review ribbon. Before we learn how to apply them, let's think about why they are useful. What do you think of when you hear the phrase sheet protection? Many people immediately think of it as a security feature, but actually, the main purpose of protecting Excel files is to prevent unauthorized or unintentional editing of worksheets. We can decide which cells or sheets should be locked. Locking sheets allows users to view data in Excel, but prevents them from editing certain content. We can also control who we give editing rights to by setting passwords. In a work setting, this can be really useful. For example, a team leader may need input from their team on certain cells in a file, but may want to ensure that the format, formulas, and some data is left intact. For example, let's say Food to Go's finance team would like the operations team to update their actual expenditure in June. They only want to allow them editing access to cells C13 to C17 on the June worksheet. They don't want any of their formulas modified by mistake, or it would lead to calculation errors that can take a long time to fix. Now at the same time, they want to lock the January to May sheets fully, as those accounts have been finalized. Let's start with locking the January to May sheets so that users won't be able to edit any cells on those sheets. Unfortunately, we can't lock multiple sheets at the same time. We have to lock each sheet individually. Let's lock the January sheet now. To do this, select the entire worksheet using either the button in the top left-hand corner or the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-A. Next, select the Protect Sheet icon, which is in the Review tab in our Home ribbon. The Protect Sheet menu will appear with options allowing the file owner to limit editing access for other users. These options include editing rights of the format of the worksheet, as well as editing rights for inserting and deleting cells, rows, and columns. Once you've chosen your desired settings, you can opt to protect your worksheet with a password. This will allow other users with the password to unprotect the sheet and then edit the sheet when required. Now we can also access the sheet protection settings by right-clicking on the Worksheet tab and then selecting Protect Sheet. By default, when you protect a sheet, all of the cells will be locked. This means the content in sheets can't be edited and sheets can't be formatted or deleted. If you try to edit a protected sheet, you will see an error message prompting you that the sheet is locked and must be unlocked with a password before editing will be allowed. Now let's look at the June worksheet. On this worksheet, we need to specify which cells should remain unlocked even when the sheet is protected. In this case, C13 to C17. To specify this, we have to highlight these cells and then right-click on them and select Format Cells. Then go to the Protection tab and untick the locked option right here. Then click OK, so your settings will be applied. Now after you've unlocked these cells, protect the entire worksheet following the steps we just learned. Now your worksheet is locked and password protected, but cells C13 to C17 remain editable. To unprotect a worksheet, all you need to do is click on the Unprotect Sheet icon in the Review ribbon. If the sheet is password protected, you will need to enter the password to unlock it. Excel's Protect Sheet function is often underutilized, but as we've seen, it's extremely useful to prevent users from modifying cells, especially by mistake. Excel files often take a lot of time and effort to create, And protecting your sheet appropriately can save lots of time and prevent problems arising from cell modification.